ist das hier ein tekanischer Vault, also ein Safe, nee, ein eher Lager oder so, könnte man sagen.
Ja.
Tresor. Unter Tresor stellt man sich immer irgendwie was Kleineres vor.
Ja, aber Vault ist ja auch so wie bei Fallout, so diese Bunker, weißt du?
Stimmt, Bunker ist, passt ganz gut.
Portal, can you open it? It is a Taconian vault.
I thought you'd never ask.
Er steht dann und wartet. Er fragt doch.
You're welcome. Better to keep it simple. Sometimes the answer is staring you right in the face.
Nicely done.
Hä? Hat schon wieder was gefehlt. Schick. Das sieht schick aus. Ich meine, es ist keine
Schöne
richtige
Space
Spiegelung,
Reflections.
aber
Ja, ich glaube, Raytracing sollten wir hier lieber nicht erwarten.
nee. Aber muss ja auch nicht immer sein. Manchmal reicht's.
Funktional geht's auch anders.
Spread out. Let's see what we can find. And stay on high alert. We don't know where the Takan that beamed down here could be.
You will need my help, Commander.
How so?
Traversal here is trivial for a Takan, but only a Takan. When you come across a device you cannot use, merely call my name.
Will do. Thank you.
Er erinnert mich ein bisschen an den Collector aus Guardians.
Ja, ich finde, das sieht auch ein bisschen aus wie Peter Capaldi hier von als Doktor, weißt
Mhm.
du? Stimmt ein bisschen.
But I'm not certain. The Empire was vast. I did not know every corner of it, and much was built after I became a portal. However, Takan would not build such a place without something precious to protect.
Whatever that is, we have to find it before Galvin does. This pattern resembles the transporter device Petty Officer Maris used to escape the Resolute. Portal 6-3?
You wish to make use of this device?
It's a transporter of some kind?
It allows Takan to move through space instantly a short distance. Very convenient. I will activate the system for you.
Where does it go?
I'm not sure. The markings here must be from after my time.
Well, only one way to find out.
Ach, jetzt musst du den
Das ist
richtigen
eine
Weg
Art
finden.
Labyrinth-Ding
Ja.
hier, ne?
Ja, aber du siehst ja eigentlich schon immer relativ genau, wo es hingeht, ne?
Ja, wenn es da wirklich, ja, siehst
Ja,
du,
oder
das-
auch nicht.
Es geht nicht immer den Weg so lang. Ja. Aber es hat gereicht.
Ich wollte gerade sagen, da müssen wir gleich nochmal anfangen, aber nee.
Das
Das
war
war
einfach.
sehr gut.
Achso, das war's schon. Nee, Moment.
Ja, das vielleicht noch.
Ah, hier.
Soil. Just soil. It's not from this planet, nor any planet in the Federation database.
Vielleicht ist es irgendwie eine Technologie, mit der man den Heimatplaneten wiederherstellen kann.
Ah,
Why is
ja.
this here?
This is soil from the
Du
homeworld,
kannst vollkommen recht haben.
our capital system. This isn't an arsenal. It's a temple of the ancients. Sacred ground to the Takon. I took my oath as a guardian of the Empire in a place just like this.
Sieht ja ganz schön ungemütlich aus, deren Technologie, ne?
Mhm.
You cannot imagine the look of pride in my parents' eyes as they said goodbye. Forever. Sorry. This is the first I've seen of anything new from the Takon Empire in a very long time. I'm sure you're familiar with the feeling. That sense of loss. I thought I was ready for it. But it cuts to the core of your being.
I'm so sorry to put you through this. I know it must be difficult.
Don't apologize. I'm glad I came. This means a great deal to me.
Okay.
Can you use this to find out more about what Galvin is after?
Ich glaube, der wird doch noch mal ein bisschen gefährlich. Weil er am Ende bestimmt so seine eigene Heimatwelt wiederherstellen will und dann quasi gebaitet wird von den Bösen.
Ja.
No.
Bestimmt so
It's
was
the
wie Arche.
Aphelion. Perhaps the most powerful Takonian ship ever built.
Na super.
Schön,
I
cool.
can't access the full file, but looking through the ship's schematics, it appears to be equipped with some sort of experimental, highly advanced transporter technology.
Transporter technology? For what?
Captain, you better come see this.
Die wollen bestimmt irgendwie an so einen Planeten oder so rüber beamen, dass die alle wiederherstellen können, ihre Konia. Jetzt spitzt sich aber alles zu hier.
Oh je.
There are more up ahead.
From the looks of it, I'd say someone left in a hurry.
Probably right around the time we showed up.
Schick. Es sieht zwar nicht gemütlich aus, aber schick.
Mhm.
Das sind alles Tikonier, ne?
Mhm.
Heilige.
I've seen these before. In the other vault. And if all of those are the same as this, then there must be...
Hundreds of millions, if not billions. All that remains of the Takon civilization. A distinct person, encapsulated in crystalline form.
You thought this was an arsenal. And in a way, you're right. This is how they rebuild the Takon Empire. And bioform billions of innocent people.
That seems to be the case. What you have to understand is, these life forms were preserved for the benefit of the Takon civilization, as a means of safeguarding the health and well-being of any Takon, should they fall prey to illness or injury. They were never intended to be used for this purpose.
There you are wrong. This was always their purpose, to restore the glory that was lost. Congratulations on your first victory in battle, Captain Rydek. You killed a great many of my compatriots, some that I've known for millennia. Are you proud of how much death you've caused? Each Takan life is precious, irreplaceable. Centuries of knowledge and culture, lost with each one you murder.
Your friends died because of you. If you hadn't attacked us, there could have been a peaceful solution.
I've seen the kind of results diplomacy gets in this era. You can hardly blame me for wanting a quicker result. Thankfully, I don't have to convince you of anything. We'll all be on the same side soon enough.
You can't just bioform whoever you want. Not without a fight.
Ah, but that's just it. There won't be a fight. In fact, most won't even know what's happened. One minute you're standing there as you. The next you're standing here as one of us.
He's talking about mass transformation. That's what the Aphelion was built for.
The transporter. It'll reconstitute your DNA and bioform you into a Takan in the blink of an eye. This is what they'll use as ammunition.
In a manner of speaking, yes. Of course, that's the simple version. But the end result will be the same.
You're talking about a crime against sentient life on a mass scale.
Or an evolutionary process where the strongest and most capable survive. The Aphelion is on its way here as we speak. Now it's only a matter of time. You can't delay that which is inevitable. Which makes your next decision fairly simple, brother. You are, after all, a portal.
I am.
Hätte nicht gedacht, dass es so früh schon jetzt kommt.
To serve as a guardian of the Takan Empire. But you stand here surrounded not by your fellow Takan, but by members of the Federation. By people who deny our fundamental right to exist. You swore an oath to protect the Empire. And I can only assume that's why you're here.
There is only one true Takan here, and that's Portal. You're a scion, a disgrace to the memory of the Takan, brought back through unnatural means.
I only tolerate your presence so long as you continue to amuse me. Which side are you on?
Oh nein, unsere Beziehung zu ihm hat sich verschlechtert.
Das ist ja furchtbar.
Keine Romanze mehr mit dem.
Captain Rydek, long-range sensors suggest a massive spacecraft approaching in the distance.
The time has come. I hope we speak again, brother.
Ich glaube, auf ihn schießen würde nichts bringen. Der hat bestimmt irgendeine Art von
Estimated time to
Schutzschild oder
contact,
sowas
6
irgendwie.
minutes in
Ja,
Ich glaube
ja.
nicht, dass das der richtige Weg
We
wäre.
have to get back to the ship.
Ja, vor allem, die Geschichte ist so linear, ich glaube es auch nicht, dass du den hättest töten können.
Those crystals
Ich
are
glaube, es geht
ammunition
eher
to be
darum,
used
den
against
Portal
us.
zu überzeugen. Ich
We
glaube, der
have to
wird der
destroy them.
entscheidende
Bombard
Hebel
the site
sein.
from orbit.
I'll decide, once we're safely aboard the Resolute. For to transport.
You have to hear me out, Captain. I lost my eyes because of you. I committed mutiny for you. But if you bring those things on board, I'll have no choice but to resign.
If they're taken to the Aphelion, they will be forced into new bodies, brought back to life in a way they never asked for.
They're not living beings, but they're still dangerous. And if you don't make decisions to protect us, we're gonna end up like Solano. You, me, the entire crew. We're all next.
Ja, jetzt übertreibt sie ein bisschen. Vor
2
allem,
minutes in
jetzt ist sie
counting.
so weit
It's
gegangen,
headed straight toward the vault.
da kannst du auch den ganzen Weg gehen.
The Aphelion is coming into view now, Captain.
On screen.
Kommt die aus der Sonne oder wo kommt die?
Weiß nicht.
Nee, die kommt
So.
aus. Ja, oder? Ja, nee, ich glaube, das ist irgendwas
Arrival
anderes,
at the
wo die
second
kommt.
vault in less than a minute.
I would remind you, those life forms are Takon. Not science, Takon. They're not
Ja,
your
wir sind,
enemies.
Right or wrong,
wir sind Star Trek.
History will judge you for
Ja,
this
Starfleet.
moment.
Dass sie die
Transport the
überhaupt
storage
alle
crystals
hochbeamen
aboard
können.
the Resolute.
Ja?
Ist auch lustig, dass
Did I hear that
sie
right?
hat
That's in
so eine Lederhaut von ganz nahen und alle anderen haben ja so eine glatte Haut. Hast du gerade gesehen? Das sah aus wie,
Ja,
so eine,
ja.
wie so eine Ledertasche. Was ist denn da los? Das war so geil. Also, die können doch nicht alle auf einen Schlag
Storage
hochbeamen.
crystals are on board in our cargo bay.
Echt? So schnell geht das? Krass.
Thank you. I won't forget this.
I hope you realize what you've done. We don't need another captain who's gonna risk our lives just to feed their ego. This ship and this crew come first.
Lieutenant,
She has to hear it.
This isn't about me. It's our duty as Starfleet officers to protect life, wherever and however we find it. And I couldn't let them fall into Galvin and Sidron's hands. I had to do it this way.
And to think, I used to look up to you.
Ach, jetzt
komm
erst.
schon.
Du hast,
Dann ist sie
du hast
aber auch
deine
keine
Augen verloren.
Offiziere.
targeting us. Approaching rapidly.
Vor allem sind ihre Augen verloren. Und jetzt ist erst der Punkt.
They hit us with that bioforming ray, and it's over. Maximum warp. Get us out of here.
Where, Captain?
Anywhere but here. Now!
There they are!
Thank you. I'm not sure one of my kind would have done for you what you did for me. I did not expect a show of mercy. I hoped, but you could have just as easily left me to my fate.
I didn't do it for you. I did it because it was the right thing to do.
I don't understand it, but I'm glad you did.
Wir sind halt Starfleet. Versteh's halt. Starfleet is the best.
Now that we're safe on your ship, I think you were right to bring her. Things seem a little different now than they did in the heat of battle. There's more than one way to deal with messy situations.
Just because we're back on the Resolute doesn't mean we're safe yet.
Look, this is good. Don't lose sight of that.
Oh, no surprises here. But your shoulders separated. If you come with me to sickbay, we can get you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I'll find you afterwards.
You two, check in at your stations. This thing isn't over yet.
Ja, aber dann ist der Captain wahrscheinlich wirklich einfach der Übernommene gewesen. Ich Ich hatte irgendwie noch gedacht, vielleicht ist doch noch irgendwo ein Twist drin.
Tell me, did any crew from the Zeldi survive?
Well, since the Lydian ships have no escape pods, I think it was just us.
I see. I thought so. I had a partner on board. After this mission, she and I were meant to.
Who the fuck are you?
Weiß ich nicht.
Wo kommt die denn jetzt her?
All that matters now is making the Takan pay for what they've done.
We'll stop them. I promise.
Also, das ist jetzt ein bisschen random, so.
Ja.
Um der ganzen Sache noch ein bisschen Dramatik zu geben. Das stimmt. Das stimmt allerdings. So, und wer ist sie?
You're really making us proud out there, Diaz. The lower decks don't get a lot of glory.
I'm just getting started.
Hallo, die Lower Decks haben eine tolle Zeichnung.
Die haben eine eigene Serie, ich wollte gerade sagen.
Diaz.
Yeah?
Did you see our people over there? Miranda?
Kapoor, Hauser?
We saw Miranda and Kapoor, but they're bioformed. And as far as I know, there's no way to undo it.
That means they're not our friends anymore.
If they attack us?
We'll have to stop them. No matter what it takes.
Hat aber auch ein bisschen unnatürlich blonde Haare.
Nein.
Also ein bisschen merkwürdiger merkwürdiger Farbton, oder?
Ja,
also,
zu spät das Färbemittel rausgekommen.
Ja. Also jetzt nichts dagegen, dass er sich blonde Haare gemacht hat. Wobei auch geil ist, dass er die Augenbrauen mit blondiert hat. Aber ja, da fehlt, glaube ich, noch ein bisschen was.
I can't believe it, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing Chobak. Not that I'd expect this kind of welcome from him, but I can just imagine the look on his face.
You know what? I want to see him too. It'll be nice to get one piece of normalcy.
I'm sure we can count on him for that.
I can't believe it! You evaded the Takan, ejected their warp cores, and lived to talk about it!
That about sums it up.
They're gonna be teaching this at the Academy for years to come. I mean it. Everybody's gonna learn how you pulled it off.
Yeah, when they do, make sure they get my name right. D-I-A-Z. Diaz. Edsalars too.
I'm sure no one will forget. I heard about Belle. Is Miranda?
As far as we know, she's still out there.
Well, I know Captain Rydek will do her best to get her back.
Hold on. Rydek? What about Captain Solano?
He was turned into a Takan. Rydek had to take over. She's a hell of an officer, but none of us have been up against anything like this. No one has. Not in 500,000 years.
I guess there's never a dull moment around here, huh?
You telling me it's not always like this?
Not if we can help it.
Talk to you later.
It is agreeable to see you again.
Is that so?
Sure.
It was by no means a certainty that you would return to duty here.
No, it was not.
But it was my sincere hope you would.
It's great to be seen, boss. There were a few moments out there off the ship where I wasn't really sure we'd be making it back either. Everything here in engineering's kind of a sight for sore eyes.
Indeed. You should know your absence has left engineering terribly short-handed. During your sojourn, this department has fallen unacceptably behind schedule on both regular and irregular duties.
There's been a whole lot of irregularity going around.
I gotta admit, it's a little flattering that this place went to hell so fast without me. So, I'll take that as a compliment.
I believe factors other than your absence were also to blame.
Oops.
Normally, I would assign you to one of the many pressing repair tasks. But, given your experience on board the Zeldi, I have suggested you join the senior staff briefing as we determine our next course of action. You can commence your maintenance shift afterwards.
Geil. Wir dürfen zu den Offizieren.
I tended to an Illydian earlier. Major Sarlet Arminta.
Ah, yes. I met him at the negotiations.
I never would have imagined I'd be here, on the same ship, working together with our oppressors. But now that I am, I can imagine a future where the Hotari and Illydians are no longer enemies. I'd always hoped for peace, but it seems so far away.
Peace is often fleeting. If there's a chance, you should take it.
Peace with our former enemies may be hard for some to accept, but it's what my people need.
It's coming along nicely. Thank you, Tylus. I'll take it from here. We're almost done.
I have to brief Ambassador Spock in a few minutes.
Ambassador Spock can wait. You have some fences to mend. Personally, I'm against the needless destruction of innocent life forms, so I'm glad you transported the Draconian crystals onto the ship. But Lieutenant Bedrosian obviously feels otherwise. And right now, you need the full support of your bridge crew. Being an effective leader requires trust, but an issue as divisive as this can create discord.
I still need and value contrary opinions. I don't want everyone agreeing with me when they feel otherwise.
Oh, you'll know when Lieutenant Bedrosian doesn't agree with something. She's not shy about making her opinion known. It's been a chaotic last few days for everyone. You need to name a new first officer in preparation for what's coming. You'll have to work to regain Lieutenant Bedrosian's trust, but if she's removed from consideration, it comes down to Westbrook or Ermot. Obviously, there are pros and cons with each, but ultimately, the decision is yours. Commander Westbrook has seniority and was hoping to be Captain Solano's first officer. Ermot has the knowledge and experience that makes him more than qualified.
To be honest, Lieutenant Bedrosian feels like the perfect fit for the position.
I would otherwise agree. But given what happened, that'll take some work on your part.
Ja, mein Gott.
Kriegen wir schon hin.
You're as good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Duvall.
Always nice to have a captive audience. You really shouldn't keep Ambassador Spock waiting.
Captain.
I'll meet you inside.
I'm here to officially tender my resignation from the crew of the USS Resolute. I cannot in good conscience continue to serve aboard this ship. Not while the interests of the enemy take precedent over the safety of the crew.
Lieutenant, we both know how much we need your help and expertise for the coming conflict. I have no one to replace you.
I understand, Captain, and I apologize, but my heart is not in it any longer, and to stay would be a disservice to us both.
My door is always open if you change your mind.
I appreciate that.
Ja, krass, okay.
Das ist die erste große Auswirkung.
We'll have Ambassador Spock via subspace shortly.
Thank you, Mr. Ermot.
I'll notify Lieutenant Bedrosian we're about to begin.
Das Lustige ist, die Bedrosian muss ja nicht unbedingt ihr Augenlicht verlieren, ne? Vielleicht wäre sie dann etwas vergebender.
I understand this is unusual, but I trust you have no objections.
Talk about moving up in the world. Not that I'm surprised in the least.
These are unusual times, Mr. Chovak.
In all seriousness, what Diaz and Edsalar accomplished aboard the Zeldi is nothing short of remarkable. They're both to be commended, not only for surviving against incredible odds, but for helping our efforts against these scions.
You know, Carter deserves most of the credit. None of us would have made it without his help. We'd all be bioformed by this point.
Well, I could say the same thing about Edsalar here. She deserves as much of the credit as I do.
It's like a mutual admiration society.
Ambassador Spock is ready for you.
Put him through.
Captain Rydek, your recent change in station certainly warrants mention, and I trust you to faithfully execute your expanded duties.
Ach stimmt, der ist ja auf
Right
Andoria.
now, we must keep our attention on the clear and present danger
Das ist ja geil, das 3D-Chess im Hintergrund.
their warship. The closest populations are the Hotari and Elydian systems, and they are likely the first targets for mass bioforming. After that lies Federation's space. I have advised Starfleet Command to send an impromptu battle group to intercept and assist you, but that will take time. You are our first line of defense. And with our shield algorithms compromised, we are at a great disadvantage. Of course, you know that as well as I do.
I'm glad to hear the battle group is en route, Ambassador. With what we're up against, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Hoffentlich kriegen wir da noch ein bisschen was zu sehen von.
Remember, our strength is drawn from our ability to work together towards a common goal.
Have we made any progress in finding a way to defend ourselves from the Aphilion's bioforming weapon?
Currently, our shields will not protect us, but I am compiling all of the information the away team gathered on the Zeldi and cross-referencing it against our own as well as Portal 6-3's methods.
The away team is sitting right here. They survived without getting bioformed, so we know it's possible. So, what's the secret? How do we defend ourselves? Is there a weakness we can exploit? Something we can do to avoid getting bioformed?
Don't get caught.
Don't get caught. Yeah. There is no easy answer.
I wish I could tell you the solution, but the truth is, there is no easy answer. There's no defense against bioforming, one-on-one or on a mass scale. At least, not that I know of.
May not be able to stop it, but it might be possible to slow it down. It's too soon to say for sure, but we've had
Das
some
hat er jetzt
positive
gemocht?
indications that
Mit dem
Deridium
Gesichtsausdruck?
will delay the bioforming process.
Was?
Deridium?
It's not a cure. It's not going to bring anyone back we've already lost. But Deridium is a cell stabilizer, so it has the potential to slow down the onset of physical and mental changes, if not entirely prevent them. And it might be the only ship in the fleet with this much Deridium on hand. In fact, a lot of ships wouldn't have any.
You say that it slows the process, but this doesn't actually stop the Takan from taking over, does it?
Correct. I can't be 100% certain, but it appears this is only a short-term solution. Also, it requires a much larger dose to be effective. We don't have enough Deridium on board to protect the whole crew. We barely have enough to protect everyone in this room.
Sounds like it won't do us much good then.
The use case I'd suggest is that it could buy a little time for an officer or a small group to complete a task or mission.
Oh, das ist ja ein bisschen so wie die Mass Effect 2 letzte Mission so.
Stimmt.
Prepare a
Die
delivery
Suicide
method
Mission.
for
Ja,
this
ja.
remedy.
That raises the question, what is the mission?
Assuming the Aphelion uses shields of some kind, I don't expect it will be easy to bypass their defenses.
We may not be able to block the Aphelions' attack either. But if they do strike, we know their weapon uses transporter technology. We might be able to backtrack their signal path.
Like we did to evacuate Captain Rydek from Tau.
Exactly. We could send an away team onto the Aphelion.
So we could destroy it from the inside.
I'm not exactly sure how, but that's the idea.
So it's like jujitsu. We use their attack and turn it against them.
That's the idea.
We'll keep thinking on it. I'd rather not have to take a direct hit to punch back.
Ist auch immer so süß, dieses, wie sie dann halt ihre Erklärung versuchen, in einen so einen für gegenwartsverständliche Leute Satz zu packen. Das klingt aber nach einem großen Einsatz, und dann würde ich sagen, den schauen wir uns auf in der nächsten Folge dann mal in Ruhe an. Also, bis denn. Tschüss.
Tschüss.